Hey there, welcome to Deep Talk Easy, the place where we break down complex ideas and make them simple. If you enjoy deep topics explained in a calm and clear way, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. And if you're new here, check out our other videos after this one. You'll definitely find something that blows your mind. All right, let's get started. Politics, a word that everyone uses, but fuse top Torley define. What is politics exactly? Why does it matter? And why does it shape almost every part of our lives, from the taxes we pay, to the schools we attend, to the laws we follow? Let's start with the basics. Politics is the process of making decisions that apply to members of a group. At its core, it's about power. Who gets it, how they use it, and how that power affects others. The word politics comes from the Greek politika, meaning affairs of the cities. In ancient Greece, the city, or polis, was the center of social and political life. Citizens gathered to debate, vote, and decide how their community should be run. That's where democracy, rule by the people, was born. But politics isn't just about governments or elections. It exists anywhere people make collective decisions. Think of your school, your workplace, or even your group of friends. When people negotiate, persuade, form alliances, or compete for influence, that's politics in action. At the national level, politics is how societies organize themselves. It's how power is distributed among citizens, leaders, and institutions. Political systems decide who gets what, when, and how. For example, who gets access to health care? How are public funds spent? Who enforces laws and who makes them? All of those are political questions. In democratic systems, citizens have a say through elections and public debate. In authoritarian systems, power is concentrated in the hands of pair sonarazmal group. Both are forms of politics, just very different kinds. Politics also involve ideology, sets off beliefs about how society should work. You might have heard of terms like liberal, conservative, socialist, or libertarian. These aren't just labels. They are frameworks for thinking about humanatu, equality, freedom, and justice. For example, liberals often emphasize individual rights and equality of opportunity. Conservatives might focus more on traditio and stability and personal responsibility. Socialists believe the economy should serve ethimani, not just the few, and often support a stronger role for the T. Libertarians, on the other hand, prefer minimal government and maximum pers own all freedom politics. Then is where the ideas clash and combine. It's a constant negotiation between competing visions of what society should be. But here's the key, politics isn't just something that happens up there in parliaments or presidential palaces. It's a something we'll take part in, whether we realize it or not. Every time you sign a petition, attend a protest, post about social issues online, or even choose not to vote, you're engaging with politics. It's messy, it's emotional, and it's often frustrating. But it's also what keeps societies alive and changing. But maintaining colonies and wars with England drained its resources. Debt grew, the currency weakened, and eventually the Netherlands lost its position. Next came the British Empire. The Industrial Revolution turned Britain into the workshop of the world. Science and engineering flourished. London became the world's financial capital, and the British pound was the global reserve currency. But after two world wars, Britain's finances collapsed, and the U.S. took over. After World War II, the United States became the undisputed global leader, economically, militarily, and technologically. The dollar replaced the pound as the global reserve currency. American culture and science dominated, and for decades it seemed like the U.S. would remain at the top forever. But the pattern is repeating. America is now drowning in debt, printing money to cover expenses, and facing deep social division. Inequality is rising, inflation is high, and competitors, especially China, are growing stronger and more confident. Several regions are already on fire, and tensions are rising every year. Dalio and many other analysts believe that a new world war is likely to happen within this century, possibly before 2050. Whether it will be nuclear or not is impossible to predict, but the pressure keeps building. The most probable confrontation is between the US and China. The trigger might be Taiwan, but it could also start elsewhere: Ukraine, the Middle East, or the South China Sea. Of course, no theory is absolute. History doesn't follow strict laws. There's always uncertainty. But if we look at the patterns of the last 400 years, the logic is hard to ignore. Empires rise, prosper, overextend, collapse, and then the cycle repeats. How exactly the next chapter unfolds, we'll see soon enough. But one thing seems certain: the coming decades won't be peaceful. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments.